I'm with me, myself and I, Watford's finest, Ojay Abrahams. How you doing, sir?
I'm fine. Hi guys, I'm not Cassius Clay, I'm not even Sugar Ray. My name's only Ojay. Not Ojay Simpson, not even Bart Simpson. Ojay Abrahams, champion 2001, retired 2008 on 100 professional fights. Yes, you've been listening to Watford's living legend, Ojay, aka me, myself and I.
Where did that name come from? It originates from De La Soul in the late 80s.
Yeah. Basically, my baby's mother went on holiday for 2 weeks. I took her to the Heathrow airport to go and see her mum, and she never come back. I was left to raise my son by myself, and put food on his plate, clothes on his back, and bring him up.
Yeah.
So
where did she fly off to?
She went to Miami,
okay,
where her mother was, and once she made up her mind she wasn't coming back, I looked after my son and raised him myself, me, myself and I.
Do you still talk to her in any way whatsoever?
No, she's gone now. Once she made her mind up where she was going, what she was doing, I had more important things to think about as my son, number one, Cassius, who I named him after the great one, Muhammad Ali, and yeah, it was tough, it was hard, but you know, only the toughest and the fittest survive, and I'm one of them.
Let's talk about your career, because you've had 100 fights, 8 losses, 20 wins, something similar to that, 4 draws or something, wasn't it? Something 18, something in that region.
I don't really.
100 fights you had.
I don't really go on about my losses, because at the end of the time, at the end of the day, I was putting food on my boy's plate and clothes on his back, and that's one of the reasons why I took these fights. The likes of Howard Eastman, Carl Froch, Darren Dyer, Errol McDonald, Darren Barker,
Jeff
McCreesh, Ryan Rose. One of the reasons why I took and fought these guys, Freeman Barr, who was #1 contender for Joe Kazaki's super middleweight belt. I scheduled 8 rounds with him, and even had him down. But
the Wayne Alexander fight, you had him down 3 times. That was your night.
Yeah.
And
well, it just goes to
never happened, did it?
It just goes to show the talent and the ability and the what I could have done or what I could have been if I'd given it more time. With Wayne, they rang me up I think it was a week before the fight, and asked me to fight him for the rematch. We had the first one that it's not something I like to talk about, because I lost it a little bit in the first fight.
I was disqualified.
And I was disqualified. But in the rematch, I had Wayne Alexander down 2 or 3 times, and it could have gone either way. This is the guy that went on to win the WBU world title, and it just goes to show you where I could have been if I was given the right opportunities.
Oh, definitely. You started your career on the undercard to Michael Watson, Chris Eubanks.
That's correct.
White Hart Lane mega fight.
Yeah.
And it took off from there, didn't it? For you?
Took off from there. What a way to start your fight. To fight in around 30 or 40,000 people, walk out in front of 30, 40,000 people, and I think it went about 2 or 3 rounds, and I knocked him out in the 3rd round, and it went on from there. I went about 4 or 5 undefeated, and yeah, things were going great, and it was a great opportunity to fight on the Matchroom bill at White Hart Lane, and to get the exposure that I did with the Screen Sport and Eurosport, and then on to Sky TV, where a lot of people saw me.
You self-managed for most of your career. You started off with Matchroom, and then you branched away in the mid-90s, didn't you?
Yeah, once my career started going into like a journeyman mode, I started being self-managed. I managed myself with my trainer Brian, with my trainer Howard Rainey, who used to train former featherweight champion of the world Colin McMillan, and it was just up and up from there, really. I was fighting all over the world: South Africa, Scotland, Germany. I even went to Germany and Holland and Switzerland to spar. I ended up with Lloyd Hannigan and Nigel Benn, Chris Eubanks sparring at the old Kent Road Gym.
Thomas the Beckett.
I was at the Matchroom Gym sparring with Eubank. And
what was it like sparring with Eubank, Ben? Well, experience. Did you gain a lot of experience from
priceless experience, man. You can't beat that. It was great. They paid me good money, and it was tough sparring. I ended up with a few.
Bigger than you, wasn't it?
They used me for speed. Obviously, it wasn't. You know, they wanted to sharpen up. So after they finished most of their sparring, they wanted fast work, and I was just in there just to get in around and sharpen them up. And I learnt priceless. It stood me in good stead with the likes of Earl McDonald and Darren Dyer, and further on in my career, the likes of Freeman Barr, who was #1 contender for Joe Kawasaki's title. I went a scheduled 8 rounds with him. So that was great.
Okay. You're from Watford. Right at this precise moment, there's a heavyweight from Watford called Anthony Joshua. What's your take on him?
Well, he's ticked. What can I say? Undefeated. Ticked all the boxes so far. Got a little wobble in his last fight with Dylan White, but that's part and parcel of the boxing game. We all got in there. We all got to take a shot now and again. But with the right coach and the right opponents, I'm sure he'll go on to win more titles. He's now British and Commonwealth champ, and I'm sure he'll go on to be hopefully a world champion from Watford. That'd be great.
Definitely. I'm aware that you won the lottery as well as you are, and everyone else around Watford.
Yeah.
It wasn't a national lottery. It was some sort of lottery of some kind.
Yeah, it was a little. It wasn't the FU money where I could have just got a car to come and pick you up. It was 85,000. It wasn't loads of money, but it helped out a little bit. It would have been nice if it was the FU money, and I could have just chilled
Okay. Do you still follow the sport? Do you still train this in any way in boxing? You're still a trainer?
Boxing. I talk it, I walk it, I eat it, I sleep it. It's in my blood, boxing. I still help out with the kids at local boxing club where I started, in South Oxley Boxing Club, and I still do a lot of the personal appearances I used to do back in the days, where I met Danny Minogue and opened a Peace Hospice with the Princess Michael of Kent, and I really enjoyed my time as a local celebrity, and I take it very seriously.
As part of your majority of your career, you could have obviously trained a bit harder for some of those fights. And you slacked in some areas.
I might have let myself down a little bit. I might have let myself down a little bit, but with a little boy to look after, time was really hard.
It was hard.
Yeah.
Going back to boxing, and you're obviously your boxing is in your blood DNA. What's your take on MMA and UFC?
Well, I don't really follow them so much, but boxing is always going to be, I think, a televised sport.
You don't watch UFC or MMA in any way?
Not so much because.
Okay. Anyway, so it was lovely seeing you tonight, Ojay. Me, myself, and I.
That's it.
This is Knuckle-up TV.